Well. Welcome to Pokemon Go Ahead. It's your homeboy Cheek Lay. In today's video, I want to talk about Pokemon Community Day predictions. They're just predictions of what we are supposed to be expecting next month and the following months throughout the rest of the year, and maybe until July 2019. So for January we had Pikachu, and then for February was Dratini. In March was Bulbasaur, Mareep in April, Charmander in May, and we're also going to be expecting Larvitar on June 16th, which is next weekend. After Charmander was released last month, people have been speculating that Squirtle is going to be next month's Community Day feature, which would be obviously no surprise. But after checking a little look at it and also getting an idea from a user on reddit.com, I totally don't know his name, otherwise I would give him credibility. But I am giving credibility to not unknown, but anonymous, just because I don't remember his name. But it was on reddit.com. Some of you guys know about this, and maybe some of you don't, but I want to be one of the few to bring this up on the channel. So here, as you see on the list right here, are the names of the Pokemon that have been featured for half of the year. Okay? Now, as you can see, there's this strange pattern that's going around. I'm going to be selecting in dots Pikachu, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. And I'm going to put an invisible one for Squirtle. As you can see, these four are particularly starter Pokemon. Now, there's a debate about Pikachu, but then again, come on, it's Pikachu. If you haven't played Pokemon Yellow, then you know nothing. But we have Dratini, Mareep, and Larvitar. All three of these Pokemon are not only 3-stage evolutions, but these Pokemon are in the 10-kilometer age group. Interesting. What's even more interesting is that these three Pokemon are all in Pokédex order. So Dratini's from Generation 1, and Mareep and Larvitar are both from Generation 2, and Mareep and Larvitar are in the exact order of the Pokédex. So here's the thing, alright? Here's the thing. Let me first erase this real quick. Okay, now instead of using markers, I'm actually going to do some video editing to put a Pokemon of their shiny form on the whiteboard, as you see right here. In July, it's obvious that we might see Squirtle that's going to be popping up. You may not see a big difference, but its shell has a different color, and I think its skin is lighter. But that's a shiny Squirtle. We're expecting that to be the next month's Pokemon Go feature for the Community Day in July 8th. Now, if this whole pattern is true, then Ralts would have to be August 2018. Because here's the reason why. Number 1, Ralts is a 3 evolution stage. Number 2, it is part of the 10-kilometer group. And 3, it never had a shiny before. So we're probably expecting Ralts to be the next one after Squirtle. And if this pattern continues with the whole starter 10K, starter 10K, they're going to have to drop Generation 2 starters. So in September, they're going to have to bring Chikorita out. In October, they're going to have to go down to Pokédex in the 10-kilometer group and select Slackoth, which is a pretty okay, shiny looking Pokemon. In November, they're going to bring Cynical out, which I think the coloring looks pretty good on the thing. And December, Trapinch. Do you see how this pattern is going around? They're going by Pokédex for the 10 kilometers. And then it doesn't stop from there. They're going to be continuing back in January with Totodile. And then in February 2019, they're going to go with Bagon. And then March 2019, they're going to then start with the Gen 3 starters, which will be Treecko. Treecko, by the way, looks pretty cool in my opinion. And then they're going to continue to go along with the thing. In April, it's going to be Beldum. Alright? And then May of 2019 will have to be Torchic, because what goes after Treecko? And then June of 2019 is actually a one that I just can't figure out, because I'm assuming that Generation 4 might be coming out later in the summer or maybe in the fall, because they would have to continue this pattern because they need to go to the next generation if they already covered Gen 3. So there are 3 candidates that I believe that might be able to fill in the spot of June of 2019. And I believe that it's either 1, Shinx, because Shinx evolves into a Luxray, which everybody loves. Its regular form is actually blue instead of yellow. Number 2, they're going to have to go with Gible, because what if Shinx is not in the 10K group? Gible is most likely going to be in this group because of the pseudo-legendary Garchomp. Alright, but if Shinx ends up being it, that means Skittle will have to be the one for August 2019, which we're not going to get too much detail in because I don't want to confuse everybody. Oh, and by the way, Mudkip is going to be July 2019, but it's pretty obvious. We're going to ignore that. But number 3, back on the topic of June 2019, would have to be Porygon. But wait a minute. Porygon's a Generation 1 Pokemon. Yes, but I think that how complicated it is, they might have this particular event where they're going to have you spin a upgrade or dubious disc for every Pokestop. It might be a pointless community day, but if you are going to get so much upgrades and dubious discs, that means you're going to most likely get a Porygon Z or a lot of Porygon Zs. Because here's the thing, you don't see much in the wild, and it's hard to get an upgrade, so it's going to be way hard to get a dubious disc. So I feel like an event like this, where they're going to have better chances of spinning an item, the upgrade, and dubious disc, would be something very interesting. Because, you know, who needs XP and Stardust when you need evolution items to fill up your Pokédex? So anyway, those are my thoughts on that. And that was also brought up the idea of a couple people. They just didn't know what June 2019 was going to be. And then, of course, for like September and November, it's going to be like Shiny Turtwig and Chimchar, and then they're going to go to 2020, and then it's going to be these Pokemon, and then they're going to go to Gen 5, and Gen 6, and Gen 7, and maybe Gen 8 if they already introduced Gen 8 in 2019. You know, like, now I'm just overthinking it, but here's the point. The point is that we can figure out which Pokemon is going to be next for each month by following this specific pattern. And then for the other Pokemon that we really want, like for example, everybody wants Eevee to have a community day. But I feel like Eevee is going to have its own events. Because Eevee evolves into 8 different Pokemon. 8 Pokemon. 8 Pokemon. And then we don't know if it's going to be 9 because we have no idea if it's going to have an evolution in Generation 8. But I feel like Eevee's going to be a lot easier to get for a shiny because you gotta have a lot of shinies for a shiny Vaporeon, a shiny Jolteon, a shiny Umbreon, which Umbreon looks the best out of all the shiny Eevee evolutions. And then I feel like shiny Gastly, as much as I really thought that Gastly was going to have a community day on October 2018, because of this whole pattern of the starter 10K, starter 10K, I feel like that it's going to have its very own event. And then people just want Geodude in general. And of course, Alolan Geodude as well, because it's Geodude. There's nothing else to explain. Let me know down in the comments below, do you agree with this prediction or this whole community day idea? Or do you think that it's going to be something else? Do you think that Niantic's going to switch it up? Or do you guys think that this was all just a coincidence? I want to know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. And until then, guys, keep on capturing those shinies and participate in those community days. Peace out!